Okay, beloveds, so this read is going to be if you want a seat at the table. We all want a seat at the table. Okay, that table might be the love table, the success table, the relationship table, the adventure table. It doesn't matter what the table is that you're wanting a seat at. But what does matter is the energy that you're bringing to the table, because no one wants you to just come empty-handed. You can't expect to get anything in any relationship with this business, whether it's love, whether it's familiar relationships. You can't just show up like this. You have to have something that you know you come to the table with. And so this read is going to be geared towards what are you bringing to the table, okay? And what energy is it that you're still needing to get acquainted with in order to stay seated there? You feel me? So what energy are you bringing to the table? And then what energy are you needing to get better acquainted with so you can stay seated at that table? Okay, so there's 3 different crystals here. I picked them earlier. And these are the ones that called out. It's Libra season. All 3 of these crystals are all having to do with love and relationships, but in different ways. Okay. This first one is Prehnite, and it does have these little black pieces of stone in there, and that stone is called black tourmaline. So this is a rutilated, you could even say, rutilated Prehnite. I believe Prehnite only comes like this. I don't know. I'm not a crystal dealer or seller, so don't quote me. But this is crystal number 1. If this one resonates with you, take a good look at it. Okay. This is the classic love crystal rose quartz, and is in a sphere shape. So the thing about sphere shaped crystals is that they radiate the energy outwards. Okay, beautiful. Gorgeous. And then we have here a raw piece of kunzite. If I can get this to focus on the crystal and not my face. Kunzite. And this is a raw piece. Whatever crystal really stands out to you, bear in mind more than one might, that's okay. Choose the one that resonates the most with you in this moment for this video. So, okay, if you chose Prehnite, let's get these cards. Let's see, Spirit. What energy are those who resonated with Prehnite? What are they bringing to the table? One more time for good measure. Those who chose Prehnite, what are they bringing to the table? Oh, this one really wanted to come out at me. And what do they need to get? What energy do they need to get acquainted with? What energy do they need to get acquainted? Ooh, 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 hello. Hello. Hot mess. Hot mess. You're a hot mess. No, I'm kidding. That's too many. We're not doing all of those. But I am going to do the top one on this and maybe more. I won't shortchange you. I'm putting this one here. Let's go with the first one, because the ones that you have to get reacquainted with, I have 3 cards for. So I'm okay with reading those 3 for what you're needing to get reacquainted with. Let's see what you're bringing to the table, shall we? Master. 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 Ooh. Look at how he's holding this cage. He's highlighting right in the center. You see the heart and the bars and his face, very cool and calm and collected. This feels like a King of Cups sort of energy to me. The person, you're bringing a coolness, the capability of understanding that not everything has to be emotional. Okay, that you experience feelings, you experience, pain, you experience trauma. You understand there's a place for that. And you understand that you shouldn't allow that to interfere with what's happening. So you don't let your feelings interfere with your judgment. You don't allow your feelings to interfere with when you're feeling, like when you're trying to do something. You're not allowing yourself to get wrapped up in the emotional aspect of life. You have it under control. Sometimes that works for you and sometimes that doesn't. I can tell by looking at these already that sometimes that works for you and sometimes it doesn't. So you're bringing to the table a cool, calm collectedness to whatever table you have in front of you that you want to sit down at. If it's a business, you're someone who can make sound decisions and not emotional ones. If it's a relationship with a spouse or a partner, right? You are able to listen to them without getting wrapped up into their emotions about what's happening to them. You're able to keep a calm, level head. That is what you bring to the table, Master. Master. All right. What energy do you need to be acquainted with? We have the first one I saw, Fool. Fool. This literally is just like the Fool card in typical tarot. Or I shouldn't say typical, but tarot has the Fool card, which is the letting go and just letting things happen, just allowing yourself to be free. And that's the thing too. Part of the beauty of you being calm and cool and collected is that you can keep your emotions under control, but you also don't allow yourself the chance to let your emotions shine. That you might be able to share so much more if you let go, if you just let your head and your heart go at the same time and not just your head. If you just run straight towards what you really want, right? You don't do that enough. You need to do that more. You need to be more comfortable with letting yourself be free. Be free and feel comfortable with the not knowing. That's the energy you need to be more reacquainted with in order to sit at that table. Another card you got, Observe. Observe. The thing about someone who is very cool, calm, and collected, they think they know a lot. They think they know a lot about everything. Oh my God, they're not open to a lot of the things that need to be said or need to be felt or need to be done, right? You need to observe more. You don't know everything. No matter how cool, calm, and collected you are, you don't know everything. And so you're being asked to get acquainted with observation. Look at all the perspectives of the situation more. Maybe you're someone who automatically feels like this person is right, that person is wrong, or this perspective I align with so it works for me. Maybe you need to lean more into looking and listening more. Looking and listening more. Lastly, oh, actually this is 2 more cards. Whew! 2 more cards. All right, fine. Third eye chakra. Third eye chakra. This actually makes a lot of sense with what I was just saying. Third eye chakra means that you have the intuition. You need to lean into your intuition more. Sometimes your intuition is going to come from an emotion. Sometimes your intuition is going to come from the unexpected, right? So your intuition is where you need to be working on. Third eye chakra. Maybe you need to lean more into your feminine, divine feminine energies. And then, here we go, find balance. Find balance. You're not all or nothing. You can't sit at the table and stay there with an all or nothing attitude. It might have gotten you this far. It might have gotten you to the table, and that's wonderful. But you want to stay there, right? You want to contribute, right? You want to gain and cultivate something, right? You're also going to have to find balance. You're also going to have to find balance and be okay with being soft and pink. Okay? Be okay with having these overwhelming emotions. Be okay with other people having overwhelming emotions. You're going to have to find balance with that in order to stay at the table. Yep. I'm trying to decide if I want to look at the other 2 cards that came. Should I? Why the fuck not? Right? It's actually more than 2 cards. Whew. To me, this feels like Master is what you're bringing to the table. Trust, observe, third eye chakra, and finding balance is how you stay at the table. Okay? And how you can achieve these things. This is it. Rest and reconsider. rest and reconsider. This is like hermit moding. You got to look inwards a little bit more, right? If you're feeling conflicted, this is something that you're needing to do. Do I want to sit at this table? Is this table really for me? If you're not 100% sure, rest and reconsider. If you are 100% sure that this is where you want to be, this is what you want to do, challenging times. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Challenging times. You're going to have to gird your loins, what they say, right? You got to buckle up, strap in. It is not going to be easy. You are going to be pushed. You are going to be challenged. You are going to have to make decisions that might not be easy to make, that your cool, calm collectedness might not work in these instances. You're going to have to be ready for that. Okay, so if you know for a fact this is where you want to be, you're going to have to fight for it a little bit. You're going to have to protect yourself a little bit. You're going to have to work hard for it a little bit. You're going to have to be ready. Okay? Just keep your eyes focused on what you want. This guy is not looking away. He's looking straight ahead. And he has his shield right there in front of him, protecting his chest. Protecting his chest. You might have to do that. You might have to do that. If you want to sit at this table, you might have to protect your chest. Okay? While you're doing all this stuff, while you're trusting and observing, while you're doing this, you might find that you don't like what you see. You might find that you don't like what you see as you're observing. You might even see yourself in a different way that you don't like. That's why you got to be prepared for the challenging times to protect your chest. Don't take it personal. None of this is personal. None of this is personal. Personal growth is not even personal, because you are growing out of an instance, out of an environment that created who you are today. And a lot of those instances and your environmental factors and the nature versus nurture, a lot of that has nothing to do with you. And it has everything to do with where you were, right? At the right place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time. Doesn't matter. You are going to have to be prepared if this is where you want to be. And if you're not sure, you need to really, really rest and reconsider why. Why do you want to sit here? Why do you want to be a part of this group? Why do you want to have this type of success? Why does it matter to you? If you didn't see the last videos I shared here about your inner child in a relationship, I did one for if you're single, if you're married, and if you're seeing someone. If you're looking for a relationship with a person, I suggest you go take a look at the videos about your inner child, because your inner child will dictate to you what it is that you're looking for, what you're seeking. Could be the reason why you're trying to sit at this table. It can come from an inner child hurt or trauma. Okay? So there you go, friends who chose the Prehnite. There goes your reading. Okay, friends who chose the rose quartz. Here we go. What energy do you bring to the table? What energy? Okay, 2 cards. What energy do you need to be reacquainted with? This is a lot again, but you know what? It worked the last time. Let's go with it. All right, let's start first. The one, there's 2 cards. This one was upside down. New vitality. New vitality. Oh, you breathe life into things, huh? You breathe life into things. You reawaken the energies in people. You get people jump started and like, whoo, I like that. I'm going to do this now. You are an encourager. You are a supporter. You are someone who brings the life source energy into your situations, no matter where you are. People probably are always talking to you on the street because you just have that energy that feels so, oh my God, what is that? What is that? That's genuine love. That's genuine care. Of course you would choose the rose quartz. This is the stone of love. Everyone knows that. Even if you don't know anything about crystals, of course, you breathe new life into things. New vitality. Yes. That's what you bring to the table. You also, although this came in reverse, so you're probably still working on this, or what's happening with you is that you don't do this in a more balanced way. This card is giving and receiving. If I know you, and I think I do, you are someone who is really good at giving, but the receiving part, that's tricky. That's tricky. But you do bring it to the table because it's possible you've been working on it. You're ready to start being in receiving mode. You recognize the importance of being in a receiving mode. You recognize how people don't like giving to people who don't actually want to receive, because then it feels like a one-sided thing. It's not fair. It's actually not fair to be someone who is a giver, who likes to give, that when someone else wants to give to you, you don't know how to act. That is not encouraging. That is not supportive. So you're working on that. And I think you understand the importance of that. You are someone who gives naturally, no matter what it is. Sometimes without even trying, okay? You also are working on receiving. But because you are working on it, I am including this in what you bring to the table. You bring to that energy, you bring the energy of life to the table. You offer what people are in need of to the table. And that, my friend, gets taken advantage of a lot. You have been hurt a lot. And the beautiful thing is you don't give up. You don't stop. You might have gotten a little jaded about certain situations, certain people, but you don't give up. And that's what's important. Let's see what you need to bring to your awareness, what you need to get more acquainted with. We have 5 cards. 5 cards. All right, first one. Rebuild. 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 This speaks to me as someone who has been hurt and is learning how to not let those hurt situations determine what they go for, what they're willing to receive, and what they're willing to put up with, right? Rebuilding boundaries, okay? Structures that work for you versus doesn't work for you. You're going to have to take things down. You see that lightning right here? Right at the bottom of the card? You need to take things down so you can rebuild. This reminds me of the Tower card in tarot. Okay? You have to allow things to be broken down in order for you to be built back up. And allow divine source energy to help you with that process. It's a spiritual process for you, because the gift of giving unconditional love the way you have it is definitely a divine thing. And because it's such a divine thing, it can get corrupted, and it can get used and abused really easily, because where there's light, there's definitely dark. And you carrying so much light about you, you also naturally draw in this negative energy as well without even trying. Okay? It's like no good deed goes unpunished. You know that for a fact. And so rebuilding here is saying it is time for you to rebuild your boundaries, your expectations, who and how you give, and how you receive. You need to rebuild. That's the first step. Next, shine. Oh my gosh, shine. You're afraid of being seen, huh? You don't like being in the forefront. You don't like the attention. It makes no sense. How is someone that is so important to so many people not wanting to be seen? You're afraid of being hurt. You're afraid of people thinking you're better than you are because you don't believe that you are that B word. You don't believe that you are that guy, right? You don't believe that you are that person, that being. You don't believe that, but you are. You are. So shine. Shine. Don't be afraid to let your light shine. And you have to be okay with being in the spotlight. That goes back to you receiving. It feels like a spotlight is on you when you're in a receiving mode and it doesn't feel comfortable. Get used to it. You want to sit at the table, right? Get used to that. Get used to being shining. Get used to people adoring you. Get used to people complimenting you. Get used to people looking forward to seeing you. You want to sit at the table, right? You want to stay there, right? What happens is that you get to these tables, you help people, and then you get used and dismissed. You get used and dismissed. And you're ready to walk off because you don't stand on your own. You don't stand on your strength of being. Heart chakra. Oh, Lord. This is why you chose a rose quartz. You need to work on your heart chakra. Why are you giving so much? That's what's coming up for me right here. Why are you giving so much? You are trying to replace something. You are trying to gain something. That's why you give so much. It's not just because you're good at it. Why are you good at it? Why are you so adept at helping people? You got to ask yourself that question. Why? That's your heart chakra. Your why is your heart chakra. Why do you want to even sit at this table? What are you really hoping for? How do you want to really be seen? How do you want to be treated? That's how you stay at this table. Why? Why? Okay? Why? Why do you have to rebuild? Right? You know why. You know why you have to rebuild. You know why you're afraid to shine. You know why you're constantly giving to people. And if you don't, you need to start thinking about it. Okay, 2 more cards. Ooh, healing begins. Healing. Oh, I'm so happy for you. If you're watching this video right now, you are starting the process. If this is resonating with you, you are self-aware enough to know that things have to change. You are self-aware enough to know that things are not working and the healing is beginning. You have to continue to heal. That's how you stay at this table. You have to continue to heal. Final card. Oof. Ah, feeling alone. You don't like being alone. You don't like that feeling of isolation. I don't care. I don't even care if you're someone who likes to be alone. You don't really like feeling alone. There's a difference. There's a difference. I like having my alone time. You like having your alone time. But feeling alone? Why don't you like feeling alone? What is making you feel alone? Because the thing is, you are constantly giving to all these wide variety of people. Where are they? Where are they? Why do you feel alone? You have to look into that. Maybe you're not giving to people who are really respecting you. Maybe you're not giving to people who really care about you. Maybe you're not giving to people in a way that feels confident to them. That they know that you're going to do whatever that they want you to do. That you're going to do whatever they want you to do. So they don't respect you. So you feel alone. Because when you're feeling down and out, you don't have anyone to be pouring into you. Part of that is your fault. And part of that isn't. The part that's your fault is the fact that you probably have had people that you've pushed away from not allowing to give to you when you weren't in receiving mode. You push people away when you say no. Let's just be clear. That's on you, okay? The other side of that is that some people are just not nice, okay? That has nothing to do with you don't take it personal. But that's the reality, all right? You're feeling alone, or you don't like feeling alone. You might need to get used to being and feeling alone in order to do this work. This feels like a warning to me. This red, if you want to be here at this table, you have to be comfortable with feeling alone and understanding why it is that you feel that way and dismantling that shit. Dismantle that. Why do you feel alone? Dismantle the reasons why. Is it truly happening or is it in your head? And if it's truly happening, how do you manage to rearrange your life and rebuild it so that the people who are meant to be with you are? How do you do that? Maybe because you're not shining enough, people don't know where the F you are. You feel alone. We all feel alone. We feel like we're the only ones in this whole freaking planet, and it's not even true. Some of that stuff is in here. Some of that stuff is in here. This is why you got the heart chakra. Okay? You got some work to do, my friends. You are a beautiful soul. And I'm so sorry that you have been taken for advantage. I'm so sorry that people hurt you when all you were trying to do is just be amazing and be kind and be thoughtful. I'm so sorry that people took your strength for a weakness. But we're not going to use it as an excuse anymore. We're not going to use that as an excuse anymore. This is why you're healing. This is why you're healing. You're not going to use it as an excuse anymore. You are healing. You are rebuilding. You will be shining. You want to sit at this table? Be okay with feeling alone. and be okay with understanding why you feel alone and dismantle it. Take it apart. Take it apart. You got this. All right, friends who chose the Kunzite right here. All right, if you chose that, let's see. What energy do you bring to the table? I feel like my cards are upside down. What energy do you bring to the table? And what energy do you need to bring to awareness? What energy? Let's do one more, because that's just one. Maybe we just need the 2 cards for you. Kunzite. Raw, real deal. All right, let's just go with that. Let's just go with that, because sometimes it's just like that. You don't need a whole story. You don't need a whole story. You don't need no fancy polish. You don't need to be sharpened to a tip. You know what's up. You know what's up. If you chose this, you know what's up. This is the biggest, heaviest one. This one actually has the most value in my eyes too, to be very honest. It doesn't need shine and polish to be amazing. So maybe these 2 cards is all you need. What you bring to the table. Seek the truth. Seek the truth. You get straight to the point, don't you? You cut through all that nonsense. You go straight. You're a straight shooter. You say it like it is. You tell it like it is. You're not afraid to speak your mind. You know exactly how to talk to people, how to get there. Let's go. You know how to do that. You got that energy about you that people respect, because it's like, she doesn't play around. She does not. He doesn't play around. They don't play around. They get straight to the point. They know exactly what they want. They're driven. They're focused. They get straight to the truth. They don't mess around with innuendos and all kind of metaphors. No. They don't got time for that. I'm on a mission. I'm seeking something. I'm looking for something. I'm looking to sit at this table. This is what you bring into it. So what do you need to get reacquainted with? What energy do you need to, fortify your place at that table? And again, that table could be a relationship that's business related, a familiar relationship within your family, your parents or your siblings. This could be a love relationship. Doesn't matter what that table represents, because that's the relationship. You want to sit here. You want to be a part of it. You need to work on this. Oof. Choose your battles. 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 Good God. Just because you are so good at, let's go. You don't have to push everybody that hard. You don't have to push the envelope that hard. You don't have to wielding your sword every time, or your machete, depending on if you're from the Caribbean like I am. You don't got to have your machete all the time, but you stay ready, just ready. Who wants it? Who wants it? That's you. Who wants it? I got it. I got the heat. I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. Get out my face. Woo. 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 What? If you want to sit at this table, you can't fight with everybody who's sitting at it. No. No, you're going to get booted. You're going to get booted quickly. You don't want to fight everybody who's at the table. Some battles you're going to have to fight. You need to fight. It's a matter of survival. It's a matter of respect. It's the principle, right? You're not afraid to speak your mind, and that's great. Your mind is worth speaking about. It's so vast. It's so amazing. It's so complex. But choose your battles. Choose your battles. Okay? Choose your battles. Jeez Louise. Not everybody you're trying to fight with. Not everybody you need to fight with. Not everybody wants to have a fight with you. They just want an easy life. You want that too. Your way of getting it has been fighting your way through it. Being direct, being blunt. Okay? Going straight to the source of what you want. And making sure everybody knows it was me. I said that. I did that. I requested that. That was my email. Okay? I asked you out. These are my text messages. These are the receipts. This is the screenshot. Woo, girl. Okay. Okay. All right. I got it. I got it. You seek the truth, and that's amazing. Some people are not aware of seeing the deeper understanding of what's underneath the layers, what's between the lines. You're good at finding that. You're good at pinpointing it. It is a power of yours, but you use it sometimes to tear people to shreds, and it's not nice. Choose your battles. Some people you need to chop down a peg, and some people you need to have some compassion for. Just be nice. Just be thinking that they might be going through something right now that is really difficult. Oh my God. And if you give some compassion to some people, if you pick your battles and you're more judicious with how you swing your machete, then maybe, just maybe, you will find that you don't have to fight all the time, because some people are going to have compassion for you, because that's what you really want. You want people to be compassionate towards you. You want people to feel like you are worthy to be gentle with. You want to be able to put down your sword. But it's a vicious world out there. You know it. You've seen it. You've dealt with it. You've had to fight in it. Probably from day one. Probably for you from day one. You've sharpened your skills. You've sharpened your skills. But if you want to sit at this table, love table, business table, relationship with your family table, relationship with yourself table, you're going to have to pick your battles. You're going to have to show some compassion.